We're more than midway through the season if we're counting games played, though we have not reached All-Star break. And it's time to talk about some guys that have been disappointing thus far in the NBA season. At number 5, I'm going to roll with Tristan Thompson. Listen, Tristan Thompson has to be held to a standard of a really good player because he's getting paid like a really good player. Never forget, the Cavs paid him $80 million to at least be a rebounder and to be durable. This season, he has been neither. He's missed most of the first half of the season. He's pretty much coming off the bench. I don't think the Cavs are happy about that as they struggle right now. They don't even got a guy they're giving $80 million to come in and contribute. He can't score a basket in the post. There's pretty much nothing you can do with this guy if he's not going to out-rebound guards. Yes, guards are out-rebounding Tristan Thompson night in and night out. He's been a disappointment. He has to be held to a standard. And we're just letting him get a pass right now because he plays with a guy by the name of LeBron James. At number 4, I'm going to say John Wall. Though he's averaging about 19 a game, about 9 assists a game, I got to give John Wall some L's here. The Wizards are not where I expected them to be. They should be better than what they are. This team has too much talent. You re-signed Otto Porter. You still got Kelly Oubre, a nice young talent. Bradley Beal, John Wall. Something is going on in that team, and reports are starting to come out that John Wall and Bradley Beal behind the scenes are not getting along. You're only 5th in the Eastern Conference, but Miami's ahead of you. You're only a game ahead of Indiana, and you're only 2 games from being out of the playoffs. The Wizards' standard should be a little higher than this. Toronto made the leap that we all thought the Wizards would make, and if John Wall is your point guard, he has to be held accountable. He did not take that leap in his game. And if John Wall doesn't wake up quickly, there's a whole plethora of young guards out there that are going to leap past him in the race to be one of the top 5 in the league. I got to give John Wall a big bit of blame here in the first half of the season. At number 3, I got to give Brandon Ingram of the Los Angeles Lakers some blame. Listen, the Lakers drafted him to be a superstar. Not a good player, not a decent player, a superstar because of his potential, his length, his athleticism, everything, the total package, and he has not panned out. Though he's only in year 2, the motor for me is what would scare me as a Laker fan. He just doesn't bring it every night. There's so many nights that he takes off. It's inconsistent. I've seen him step up for big games against Kevin Durant, but I've also seen him not show up on nights when he's being guarded by Trevor Ariza. It's just inconsistencies with Brandon Ingram. You don't know what you got. And at some point, he's going to have to show this Lakers team some signs. They got a lot of movable pieces, and I know he doesn't want to be one of them. He's averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds a game, but the motor just isn't there. The impact isn't there. You can score 16 points on a bad team and not make an impact. And I think night in, night out, Brandon Ingram is not making a vocal impact. He's just not leading this Lakers team right now, and he's just not showing me enough signs to think that he's going to be a guy that you can build around going forward. At number 2, I got to go Andrew Wiggins. I like Andrew Wiggins' game. He started the season off really hot for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are doing great. They're 4th in the Western Conference, and they're pushing for 3rd. They're doing great as a team, but Jimmy Butler has stepped up his game. Karl Anthony Towns is having another phenomenal season, and Wiggins has kind of got left behind, right? You got too much talent, Andrew Wiggins. You were the number 1 pick in the draft. There's a standard that needs to be upheld when you're that type pick with the talent that he had coming out of high school and the roar that he made at Kansas and just that second jump, right? That second jump that is so rare. And so many people have compared him to Tracy McGrady. I'm not seeing it. And again, just like Brandon Ingram, it's that motor thing. It feels like there's some arrogance there that just doesn't seem like it's going to translate into a guy who can lead a basketball team to a championship. Got to throw Wiggins in there at 2. And at number 1, Kawhi Leonard. Ladies and gentlemen, what is he doing? Kawhi Leonard has played a handful of games for the San Antonio Spurs. They're number 3 in the Western Conference without him, which is very disappointing to me. If Kawhi Leonard had played most of the games this season, I believe San Antonio Spurs would be number 3 in the Western Conference. How is he an MVP candidate if the team is in the same spot they'd be without him? That doesn't make sense to me. That kind of tells me it's more about Popovich's system than it is Kawhi's game, even though he's a phenomenal basketball player, a finals MVP. The brother just really took the season off. He's not playing much. He's back injured again. There's no timetable for his return. and this is a guy that's supposed to challenge LeBron James as maybe the next best player in the league? I think not. Again, if I could take you off a roster and your team still be at the same spot that they be, we all believe they be behind Houston and Golden State in the regular season in regards to wins. If I could take you off the roster and the team still be in the same spot, how impactful are you? And no great player has ever gotten a pass for taking a season off, and we're midway through it. And like I said, Kawhi's played like 8 to 10 games. That's unacceptable for this San Antonio Spurs team that still has aspirations of making one more championship push. Those are my 5 guys that I'm disappointed in thus far in this season. We'll see if they turn it around with a little less than 37, 38 games to go. I'd bet on Kawhi Leonard to turn this thing around before anyone else, or maybe John Wall. Those 2 guys, been there, done that. Kawhi's a finals MVP. John Wall's been one of the better point guards in the league. We will see second half of the season who can make that turnaround and come off my disappointments list. Who do you have? Tell me your 5 disappointments in the comment section below. On the next episode of my sports series with the Pharaohs, it has been a sensational year for young rookies. We got a lot of talent going forward in the NBA, ladies and gentlemen. You should be excited as we discuss the 5 great surprises from NBA rookies during the 2017-2018 NBA season. Now, let me throw this caveat out here. Larry Markkinen should be on this list. He's made 100 threes in 43 games.